So your business, job, profession, student, retired, housemaker, whatever you are, whatever you do in your active day. And why are you doing this program? What is your objective of doing this program? Could you share both the things with me? Hit me in the comment box and let me know. I want to understand you a little bit more before we get started with this. So share it in the comment box with us. And while you're doing that, there is something very beautiful that I want to share with you. In fact, let's hear it from you first. Then we're going to go through that. I want your full attention. When we share that thing, I want your full attention on this. So Parag is an educator. And why are you doing this course, Parag? Could you share the reason why you're doing this course? Okay. Dilraj, she has her own business, stuck in a loophole of not making enough money. Okay, let's work on cracking that. Dr. Meghna, dentist from Bangalore. Wonderful. Purpose, want to manage your finances better. Okay, wonderful. Okay, what about the rest? Could you all share? Share, what do you do? Why do you want to do this course? Both the things. Because today something amazing is going to happen with you. You have no idea. You want to achieve your goals, Pradeep says. Okay, and what do you do, Pradeep? Parag wants to earn passive income and manage the finances. Subhash is a PhD research scholar. Wow, that's amazing. And why do you want to do this course, Subhash? Could you share that with us as well? And can I request everyone to do it, not just a few? Don't hesitate. Go ahead with it. Okay, Pradeep is into a business. Wonderful. Wonderful. So Subhash, why are we doing this course? What is the reason? Kapil is a professional. He's into a job. Okay. And Kapil, what is the reason why you're doing this course? Meghna says to get the best interest out of my finances. Okay. Kapil is into delivery head. Wonderful. So Kapil, why this course? Okay, Mehfooz is into a private job in pest control company, want to learn financial technique to put his saving for passive income. You've tried stock market and made losses. We're going to love this then. What we're going to do together, you're absolutely going to love. Couple wants a better future plan. Okay. Subhash, you're a full-time scholar now. You're interested into compound interest and want to earn passive income for financial freedom. Amazing. Wonderful. Couple wants kids education, marriage, retirement, everything to be taken care of. That's amazing. Okay, what about the rest? Vijay is between jobs to gain knowledge about different assets and passive income. Amazing. Wonderful stuff. Superb. So my friends, I'm so happy that you've shared your heart out. You've shared exactly where you are today, where you want to be. So we'll be working on that today. Today is all about the mindset. So today we'll be working on your mindset in such a way that you're able to open up your mind towards money. Because I want a lot of money, but I don't open myself up. If I want a lot of guests and I don't open the door of my house, no one can get in, right? The same way, when I want a lot of money, but my mind has a lot of mental blocks to receive money, and money is not coming. That's one of the basic reasons why we're not able to grow our wealth enough. That's something we're going to change, and a lot more. So we'll be talking more about it as we go. But here is the thing. To be able to understand and get through this course, to be able to get the maximum out of this course, you have to do certain things. You have to play by the rules of the game of the program. So there are 5 rules of the game. How many? How many? How many did I say? 5. Aha, you're paying attention. Right. So there are 5 rules of the game that we're going to play by. Following these rules of the game will ensure that you're going to get the maximum out of this program. You want the maximum from the program, right? I'm here to give it to you. But you play by the rules of the game, at least for these 4 days, so that you are able to grab as much as possible out of this. Yes. So here is the thing. We're going to go by the 5 rules of the game. I'm going to explain them. And for the next 4 days, those 5 rules of the game are going to be your Bible, your Granth, your Quran, your Gita, whatever you follow. That you have to play by for the next 4 days. Okay, so ready or not? Here we go. The first rule of the game is that you have to become a whatever it takes person. A whatever it takes person. Who is a whatever it takes person? A whatever it takes person is that person who does whatever it takes to get a certain financial result, to make sure that this person does not stop come what may. This person keeps on following through. This person does not look at excuses. This person looks at opportunities. Like there were 200 places where you could have been at, but you're here because you're a whatever it takes person. You said, I'm going to do whatever it takes to be here, which is why you're here. Anything that you've succeeded in life, look at anything that you've succeeded at. The only way you've been able to do that is not because there was no competition, not because of anything else, not because it did not require hard work. It is because you became a whatever it takes person. That is why you are where you are today. But what if we elevate that level of playing by whatever it takes? That will help you to change your results as well. So that's rule number one. In this program, you have to become a whatever it takes person, do whatever it takes to get the results. That's rule number one. Rule number two, ready? I hope you are. So rule number two is simple. While you're a whatever it takes person, I want you to use the power of momentum. The power of what? The power of momentum. So what is the power of momentum? Power of momentum is very simple. If I throw a small stone from a top of a snow mountain, when the stone rolls and goes to the very bottom, do you think the stone is same size, smaller or bigger? What do you think? Same size, smaller or bigger? In the comment box, tell me, what do you think? Has to be bigger, right? Makes sense, right? What do the other people think? Big, right? It has to be bigger. So if this is going to be bigger, the impact it's going to have, is it going to be bigger or smaller? The impact, is it going to be big or small? Bigger. So bigger stone has a bigger impact. How was all of that created from the small stone? Because it kept on rolling, it kept on going forward. It did not, it might have failed, but it always fell forward. So that is what you have to do. You have to keep on following through, keep on doing. Always, even if you're going to fail forward. At least you're moving one more step closer to where you want to be. Not fall backwards, fail forward. That's the second rule of the game. Be in the power of momentum means keep on taking action. Keep on taking action. Do whatever it takes, get started. Second, keep on taking action irrespective of what the result is coming. Three. So can I safely say that we all want the same thing? We all want more money. We all want to be better off in our finances. We don't want the stress of not having enough money. We all want to achieve certain things in our life, right? So we all want same things, just different timelines for different reasons, different amounts. But the thing what we want is the same, right? So can I say that we all are in the same boat? We all want the same things. Can I say that? Can I say that? Guys, yes, no? We can say that, right? We all want the same things, just different timelines, different objectives, different amounts. But the thing is the same. So if we all are in the same boat, we want the same thing. If we're going to play this game, shall we play this together, not just as acquaintances, not as students, but can we do this together as family? Yes, because when you do this together as family, you support each other, you help each other, you do this in such a way that everyone is able to grow when you do this like a family, right? So that's rule number three. Follow through and keep on taking action while we're doing this together, just like a family. Now, rule number four. And this is an amazing one. To be able to get the maximum out of this program, you have to come in first in, and you have to be the one who goes out last. So first in and last out, FILO, first in, last out. First in what? Guys, haha, first in, last out. That's correct, Dilraj. First in and last out. Right. So you come at 6:55, you leave in the program when the session ends. So today's session could run till 9, 9:10, 9:50, 9:20. I don't know. We'll find out. But you have to finish at the last. You should be the last person leaving. That is how you're going to get the maximum, because you're not even in the program. How are you going to learn? Right? While you're here, be here as much as possible. Right? Now, rule number 5, and this is my favorite rule. The rule is that all of these rules are my rules. So when I say all of these rules are my rules, am I referring to Arpit or someone else? Who do you think? Referring to me? No, 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 no. I'm not referring to me. No, no. I'm not referring to wise guy either. I'm referring to you. That all of these rules, I say these are my rules. I'm talking about me. If you're going to say all of these rules are my rules, these rules are yours. You personally, not us, but me. So all of these rules are my rules. Individually, I hold myself accountable for all of these rules to follow them through. And if I break them, I'm breaking my own rules. I'm not breaking someone else's rules. I'm breaking my own rule. So you have to follow all of the first four rules, saying that all of these rules are my rules so that I am able to go through this. I am able to get the maximum out of the program. I am able to change my financial life, my destiny. I am able to live a life which is free of money worries. I am going to do it. I am going to get the results. It's all about I. So all of these rules are my rules. Yes. So how many people are ready to play by the 5 rules of the game and get the maximum out of this program? If you're ready to go, hit me with a yes in the comment box right here and right now. Let's get this started. Yes. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Superb. Superb. Wonderful. Okay. So before I start the program, there are two very important aspects I want to share with you. This is what I'm going to share with you next is not a part of the curriculum. Okay. But I'm just going to share it, something I found very beautiful. So I recently lost a distant family member. I went to one of the rituals, and on the day they were supposed to do the havan, on the day they do the puja, I was just sitting there. The Panditji came, and before he started, Panditji shared this one thing, and I found it so amazing that I thought I really must share it with the next whosoever audience that I get a chance to. And that happened to be you. So you're getting to hear that now. So he says that, before we are born, no one asks us, no one tells us which country are you going to be born in, which family, is it going to be rich or is it going to be poor, is it going to be loving or is it going to be distant, is it going to be this or that, so many things. Is it going to be a middle class family, is it going to be job family, is it going to be could be born with Ambani's, whatever, right? You don't get to choose that. No one asks you, no one tells you, it just happens. Same thing is with life, with death. Now you're born, the birth is not in your control. Where you're going to be born is not in your control. When it comes to death, it is exactly the same. When are you going to die? No one knows. How are you going to die? No one knows. What circumstances would there be? No one knows. So the only thing that is in our control is the life that we're living right now. But here is the thing, even here, no one tells you this is something you have to do. No one asks you this is something you have to do. The only thing that happens is a matter of our own choices. So wherever we are, it is because of our own choices. And if you haven't been told by anyone else before, let me be the one telling you that you are controlling your destiny as you live today. Whatever aspect that you have, wherever you achieve, whatever you have achieved, wherever you are, all of this is a matter of a consequence of the choices that you have made. So once we start making better choices, once we start holding ourselves more accountable, once we start saying that my life is my making, because that is the only reality, because birth is not yours, death is not yours, the only thing in the middle is yours, that is your life. So we want to make this the best, because nothing else we can control anyways. So while we're living, why not live the best? And one more thing, what is that one thing that troubles us the most? I can say money, at least in these times. Might not be relevant maybe 3,000-4,000 years from now or before today. Maybe that time money was not the most important thing, but today money is a very, very important aspect. So that is the one thing that is stopping us from living on our own terms. That is the one thing that is stopping us from living life. We're just going through life, not living life. In these 4 days, I will be using all of my ability to inspire you, not just with knowledge, but with skills and systems, not just with case studies, but my own reality. not just with other people, but also my students, and so many other things that you'll be going through in this course, and you'll be seeing another way of living life, not just with money, but also living life as is. So we'll be going through a lot of that, because this is another dimension of life which you might or might not have experienced yet. I want to have that privilege of sharing that beautiful life with you, and how you can also be a part of that. So how many people are ready to get started? If you are, can you hit me with the yes in the comment box that you cannot wait to go through these 4 days, to feel everything, how a different life would feel like, to feel like how you're living like the wealthy, living like a passion, having an amazing day every day of the life. Yes. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get started with that. So the way that we've designed this program has come from a lot of research. It has come from, well, I am from the research industry. I've been working in the research industry since I was 19. I Most of you have gone through the introduction program, which is why I told you a little about myself, how I've actually had the privilege of learning from one of the best people in the world. I've been trained by Jack Canfield, Blair Singer, Robert Kiyosaki's right hand, that's Blair Singer, uh, Sadhguru, Tony Robbins, many Indian trainers as well, but these are global people who you obviously would know about. So in this whole quest, I've been on my relearning journey after my MBA, which I finished in from London School of Commerce in 2012, 2011 rather, end of 11, yeah. So you can say end of 11. Then 2015, I restarted my learning. I started learning more about business, then IT, then read over 100 books, then attended all these programs for all of these people. So every year, a major part of my income I spend back into myself to learn. And I've had the privilege of learning from these very big names in the world who've been really amazing. So the program that we are going to go through today has is a culmination of learning from the best people in the world. So the way I'm going to teach, the things that I'm going to say, the way I'm going to say them, all of that has been very perfectly crafted to give you the best experience. Until today, this program, not until today, rather until April 2020, this program used to be a physical program. After that, it turned into an online program. So the good thing about the physical program is that the last physical one I did was in January 2020. I did it in PhD Chamber of Commerce in New Delhi. We had a little over 100 people attending that program. It was a mind-blowing experience, not for just the students, for me too as well, because the kind of energy, the kind of change we created in people's minds, their thoughts, their physical bodies, their actions in just one day, it was just amazing to see. Now, that was one privilege. Here is another. You're sitting in your own house, not having to travel anywhere. You're from different parts of India. I bet all of you are. And you are having the privilege to get through the same content, or not just in one day, but 4 days. Not just watching it live with no recording possibilities, but with proper recordings, with all the bonuses that I've shared with you, being having the ability to stay connected for life, and so many other things that we've done for you apart from the program. Can I safely say this is a privilege on the receiving front to get all of that? Would you agree with me? Yes? Yes, no, to bata sakte ho? It's a privilege, right? Being at home, going through all of this, and the whole idea is that all of this is happening at your comfort, right? But the comfort should only be physical, not mental. In this program, I want you to pressurize as much yourself as much as possible to see how you can change the way, especially today, because it's all about mindset today. So today is all about changing the mindset, the way you think about money. That is what we're going to change. So the pressure where I want you to focus on is here. This is where the pressure is going to be built today. So by the end of today's session, you'll really see how different the world of money is and what you have been portraying it as. This is just touching the surface, but even touching the surface, a lot of you will see that how it's really different. Okay. So we'll be doing that a lot and lot more. But in the physical program, I could just look at you and tell you if you're getting the concept or not getting it. In the online program, well, I can't see you. Even if your webcam was on, even then I would not be able to concentrate, not make out, are you getting it or not? The only way I can converse with you is through comments. So what I would want from you in this course is that every single one of you should be commenting every single time I ask, this is how I get to know that you are getting it or not getting it. If this is helping you or not helping you, if we are aligned or not aligned. So how many people are going to play by this? Are you going to comment every single time I ask? Which includes now as well. Yes. All right, guys, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate it. So the way that we've structured this program, initially this program, I also used to deliver live, the whole thing. I realized to share the same content, which might be able to be covered in 2 hours, I was taking 4 hours because I talk a lot, in case you haven't noticed that. So what we did is we started using a hybrid model. So in the hybrid model, what happens is that I share the crux of the content I have to share with you through the studio pre-recording. However, we keep on pausing the video and we keep on getting into a conversation so that you're also able to understand and apply and discuss with you how you're going through. So I'm going to take you on my screen now. We'll be going through the recordings. I'm sitting right here. I'll be keep on pausing the recordings, switching off the screen share and having a discussion with you like this. And we'll be going through certain discussions, certain question and answers, certain breakthrough sessions to be able to get the maximum from this and help you change the mindset about money. So the one thing that I want to start with is understanding first, how many of you have already gone through the bonuses that I've shared with you? So can you all just give me a yes or no when I keep on asking this? Have you gone through the Financial Freedom Challenge? Have you gone through this tracker? Have you downloaded it? Yes. Can you all give me yes, no? Yes, no? Okay. The second one. So make sure you please do this. Ensure that you have downloaded the Financial Freedom Challenge tracker. Second, Facebook community, passive income from wealth. How many of you have already joined this? If you have, give me a yes. If you have not, give me a no. So, and make sure you do this as well. All right. Now, the third thing is financial health checkup. How many people have gone through that report? The financial health checkup. How many people have? Yes. Did you like that report? Did you find it interesting? Yes. Don't worry about the numbers. Numbers hum बढ़ा देंगे. Okay. So these were the 3 bonuses that were given to you. How many people have also seen the Mission Financial Nirvana website? Because this is the place where all of this is already there. You have not. Okay, what about the others? Can you all give me a yes or no? Have you seen the Mission Financial Nirvana website? mission.askthewiseguy.in. Have you gone through that website yet? Wonderful. Okay, so it's very simple. You just simply go online and type mission.askthewiseguy.in. When you log in from your registered Gmail address, this website will open, the same one that you're seeing now. Here you see the preview course. Achha, how many people have gone through the preview course? Yes, no, yes, no. Gone through the preview course? Have. Wonderful. Great. Okay, so people who have not, that's your homework for today. You have to go through the preview financial nirvana course. Then once that is done, the mission course is what we're going to do together live. Then you have to go through all the bonuses. These are all the things that are already with you for you as a part of this program. Okay. Now, after you've gone through the mission course and before we start the session, something that I want you to know is the day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. So you need to download the course book to start as well. How many people have already downloaded the course book and how many people have not? Can you give me a yes or no? You have? What about the rest? Okay, no problem. Now that you know all of these things, can I get a promise from everyone, a commitment from everyone that all of these things will be done before we come tomorrow? Yes? You just click on here to download on Mission 1, Mission Financial Nirvana, day 1. Yes. And why am I asking you to do all this? Is it for me? No, it's for you, so that you are able to get the maximum from this course. So all of this system and structure we've created, it is to help you get the maximum out of this. And this is what I genuinely want for you. And I'm sure you also want it for yourself. The only thing left to do now is actually do it. Yes? So wonderful. Let's go through with that. Now, the final thing is, now we're going to start with day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, all of this. We're going to go through the recording of day 1. Like I told you before, I'm sitting right here. I am going through the entire content with you. I will be pausing the video, asking you questions. We're going to have a Q&A session, a discussion round, and so much more. What I want from you is 100% attention in the next almost 1.5 hours that we're going to spend now with this. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get started with this. Let's get started on your financial nirvana. Here we go. Welcome to Mission Financial Nirvana Online. So this is an enlightening 4-day online program which will help you to get started on your financial freedom journey. So let me tell you a little bit about the program before we get started. The program will actually help you to learn how to make passive income using your existing wealth, the wealth you already have. You'll be able to undo the past financial mistakes and avoid future financial investment blunders. You'll learn all the wise ways to invest in every single asset class. You will learn the blunders you're doing with money and how to correct them. And most importantly, you will understand the most undisclosed secrets of the financial industry, which is stopping you from making so much wealth and abundance in your life. So the structure of this program is made in this way. The day 1 is all about the financial mindset, yes, which is stopping you, the old mindset that you have, which is stopping you from making money. We'll be talking about that. Day 2 is all about financial skill set and financial systems, where I'll be helping you to optimize the wealth you already have to create fixed monthly passive income. Day 3 will be all about financial skill set and financial systems, which will help you easily achieve your financial family goal needs. And most importantly, day 4 is all about implementing everything that you've learned, put it into action, and get the results that you rightfully deserve. Apart from this, I really hope you've already completed the financial health checkup, which was a bonus that I gave to you when you joined from this program. And I also hope you've joined our Facebook community, which is the Passive Income from Wealth community, which is a center place where we share all the learning, where we work together as a community towards your financial freedom. So before we get started, I would like to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Arpit Arora. I'm India's leading personal finance expert and passive income coach. I've actually spent over 7 years in England doing my bachelor's, which is from Roehampton University. Then I did my MBA from the London School of Commerce. At the same time, when I was in UK, I worked for 2 years in market research. I worked 5 years in the financial sales industry as a manager in sales. And then when I shifted to India, I worked for 1 year in Royal Bank of Scotland. So after all this experience, I wanted to start my own business. My first business, Trendlines today, is a SEBI registered research analyst, which I started 7 years ago. Now, just 3 years ago, I actually started my financial coaching as well, because I wanted to help not just a few, selected few, the wealthy few, but the millions of people of India to live a life completely free of money worries. My friends, is the internet, are you able to see the video and audio? Is it okay? Would you all confirm? Yes. So just in case, I'll shift to my other internet. I have two. I just want to make sure everyone is able to go through this. Okay. Even in case one person was having, don't worry. Even if one, over the last 13 years, because even if one person is having difficulty, it should be solved now. Let me know if you're facing any issues.
wanted to help not just a few, selected few, the wealthy few, but the millions of people of India to live a life completely free of money worries. And over the last 13 years, I've actually created a model and perfected it to help you do exactly that. And the formula is what I'll be talking about in this course, which can help you too to live a life completely free of money worries. So before we talk about any more on that formula, I want to ask you a question. Have you seen that movie Matrix? Have you seen it?
Anyone seen the movie Matrix? Can you give me a yes or no? You have not? Interesting. No one has. You're going to love it. It's a very nice movie. However, it's not compulsory to go through that movie to understand this. Wonderful. A few of you have. Okay. So this program is also somewhere like Matrix. How? Let's see about that.
This is an English movie, right? In the movie Matrix, there is a character who is a supporting actor. His name is Morpheus. Now, Morpheus actually tells Neo, who is the actor in the movie, he gives him two options. He says, either you take the red pill or you take the blue pill. If you take the red pill, you will actually go back to your old life. You will continue the way you have been living. Everything will be back to normal. But that is the dull life that you're living. You're not living to your full potential. If you take the other pill, which is the blue pill, in that case, your whole dimension will change. Everything in your life is going to change. I'm going to open up the reality of what actually happens behind the scene, behind what you've seen so far. And that is a completely different dimension. Now, Neo thinks really hard. But do you know which pill he took? He actually took the blue pill. He wanted to open up a new dimension. Now, why am I talking about this movie? The context is that today I will be giving you the blue pill. I think you've already taken the blue pill and you are about to open yourself to the completely new dimension of how money is managed and how money can make your life so much easy, and it starts giving you passive income as well. Now, a lot of people who've actually done this course say that their dimension of money completely opened after doing this course. This was one of the best decisions they've taken. Now, these are people who are spread across India, people as young as 17-year-old, people as old as 79 years old. Can you imagine? And you, my friend, are one of them. So I really like to congratulate you for making this decision to take up this course. Now,
want to share something very interesting on these lines with you. Let's take a pause here. One of my oldest student, who's 79-year-old, I want to tell you something about him, something very beautiful. So how many of you have heard about IMT Ghaziabad, the college IMT Ghaziabad? And if you would have heard, can you tell me yes, no, you heard about it? And if you would have heard about it, you definitely would know this is one of the most premier college, might be in the top 20 per se of India, right? Now, I happen to I got connected to the co-founder of IMT Ghaziabad, who became my student. This is about 2 years ago. His name is Mr. I.C. Agarwal. He is not only just the co-founder of IMT Ghaziabad, he is also the co-founder of Sri Ram Piston, which is a very big auto manufacturer of pistons to all the automobile companies in India. And they also are a major exporter to abroad. Apart from this, he has his own company, which is by the name of GPP Limited, which is also in the similar business, a major exporter. Apart from this, he also has a charitable trust that he runs. Now, when we went through the program with Mr. I.C. Agarwal, by the end of this program, or somewhere in the middle actually, he says, Arpit, I just wish I had known all of these things 5 years, 10 years, 20 years ago. My life would have been so different. I just smiled and said, well, I think you're very well taken care of and you have lots of big house, many cars, all these businesses, charitable trust. Where were you picturing your life to be? He says, Arpit, these are all my needs that I'm fulfilling. But what about the other people? There are so many other people out there. who are not able to fulfill their basic needs of living, their survival. And that is why I started my charitable trust. He says that he does a few lakh rupees worth of charity every year. Do you know what he said? That if I was able to earn all of this now, Arpit, I would have been able to give much more back to the society, because I don't just want me to make money. I've lived my life. I want the people around me. I want them to have a same life or more blossomed life than I have had. When I heard that, something inside me changed, because all of my life until then I was just thinking about me, myself, my family, my this, my that. Never really thought about so many other people who I can help to benefit. And that's one day that I changed something very big in me. That whatever I did, I always told myself that some part of what I'm always going to earn is going to go back to the society, to people, through maybe education, through money, through this, or through kind, through different means, through help, whatever way. But I'm always going to contribute. How many of you can relate to that? How many of you can relate and say that you don't just want yourself to prosper, but you want people around you to prosper as well? How many people would want that? Like truly, genuinely would want that. That you want yourself, you want to elevate your financial life so much so that you start thinking about people around you as well. Because when we are so concerned about what's happening here, when we're so concerned about what's happening here, how can you think about other people? But imagine having that ability. Imagine having that ability that you can not just obviously take care of yourself, but you become a major contributor in other people's lives. That's something that I wish to create for all the people who want that in their life. This is my big why. We'll be talking about having a very strong vision with money today as well. So one major aspect that one should always start learning finance with. So, and a lot more, but I just thought to set the context before with this, and let's go back into the learning now. Okay, here we go.
Before we talk any more about how this dimension is going to change, how you're going to take the blue pill, I want to also tell you about one more thing. So there are two types of people that I see. There are people who are interested and people who are committed. Now the interested type of people are those people who go to webinars. These are typically very low priced or free webinars where they learn a lot of knowledge. Now interested people are always knowledgeable. Do you know why? Because they always spend a lot of time in learning. However, it is completely different from the people who are committed. Do you know what kind of people are committed? These are those people who take the next step. These are those people who are willing to do whatever it takes. These are those people who do not take no for an answer. These are people who want to create results, and result is only created when you add action in interest. And you, my friend, are not interested people, you are committed people. So again, a big congratulations to you for taking up this course. This is going to be a treat for you. So now as we get started, let's talk about day one, which is today. And today is all about financial mindset. Yes, absolutely. So when we talk about the mindset, the game is all about awareness, right? The game is all about awareness when we talk about the mindset. So if I was to ask you, can you tell me what are the top 5 problems that people face in their life today? Or let me ask more specifically, what are the top 5 problems you are facing in your life today? Okay, so take a minute, take 1 minute and think. I want you to go deeper into your awareness and find out what are those 5 things. Once you know those 5 things, I want you to write them down. And for this activity, I'm going to give you 1 minute to complete it. Once you're completed, then we'll discuss them again. And your time starts now.
All right, my friends. So keep on sharing in the comment box the moment you have got the 5 things that you want to share, the 5 things that you want to change in your life, 5 things that are causing trouble. It could be health, relationship, family, time, this, money, this, that, whatever. You don't have to go into specific details. Just mention in a more generic format. Okay. Think about it and keep on typing. Your time starts now.
All right, welcome back. I hope you have written those top 5 biggest problems that you are facing in your life. Do you know, when I do this activity, in fact, I've done it for more than 1,000 people, and these are the top 5 things that actually come. So the first is health. The second is balanced lifestyle. The third is wealth or money. The fourth is relationships. And fifth is work and management. So these are the top 5 problems that a lot of people face in their life today, which are the biggest challenges, as they state, when it comes to living a more wholesome life. Now, when we're talking about health, have you heard about that saying, which is chinta chita ke saman hai? Haven't you heard it? I bet you have. So chinta, which is worry, which is equal to or is saman to chita. What is chitta, by the way? Chitta is what? Death, isn't it? So how can worry lead into death? Let me tell you the science behind it. Let me tell you the logic behind it. So let me ask you this. Do you think worry is a natural thing or unnatural thing? Is it a healthy thing or unhealthy thing? I believe worrying is something which is completely healthy, and it is a part of the human psychology. There is nothing wrong in worrying. See, I worry about a lot of things, and I'm sure you do as well. But the point is, when this worry translates into a constant worry, it becomes stress. Now, stress is something people have to manage. People either are able to manage or not manage stress. If they're able to manage stress, that is still fine. If they're not able to manage stress, that results into anxiety. Now, anxiety is something that people take pills for. Do you know, when people go into anxiety, half of the people don't even know that they have anxiety, and the ones they do are actually taking pills for it. When your body is in anxiety, do you know your brain starts secreting those kind of chemicals and toxins inside your body? Now, these toxins actually go inside your blood vessels, and these start clogging your blood vessels, and your heart needs to pump harder and harder and harder to be able to circulate that blood in your whole body. And these chemicals who've actually accumulated on your blood vessels are actually causing more stress to your heart. Now, you already know where I'm going with this. The more harder your heart needs to pump, the weaker it gets, and that leads into heart failure, that leads into kidney failure, brain hemorrhage, and so many other critical problems which lead to death. So you know that chinta chita ke saman hai, because today a research done by AARP in US says that people between the age of 40 to 60, 50% of those people actually have stress related to money. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that people have stress related to money between the age of 40 to 60, and so many people between the age of 40 to 60 facing that kind of problem? So chinta is equal to chitta. Do you know another amazing thing, especially in India? Do you know the main reason of death in India? No, it is not road rage. No, it is not even drugs. No, it's not even crime. It is heart related problems. It is lifestyle heart related problems. Can you imagine that? Or those cardiovascular problems that we have, it is all coming from stress and the kind of lifestyle we're living. So this is exactly what I'm talking about next. The lifestyle, the balanced lifestyle that everyone wants to live but is not able to. Think of it like this. What is the balance that we're trying to create here? There is work on one end, and there is health or the things that we want to do on the other end. The more time if I spend at work, the more time I spend here, I end up making money, which takes care of my life. But if I spend less time here and more time on the things I love, the things I want to do, my habits, my family, my passion, my goals, everything, when I spend my time here, I have lesser time to spend at work. And when I have less time to spend at work, I am always in this unbalance throughout my life. And when I'm in this unbalance, I'm not able to live a wholesome life, which is why most of the people, the biggest thing that they say is that we are unable to manage a balanced lifestyle. That's what this is all about. And don't you think that by creating an alternative source of income, you can create an even balance in your life? So we'll be talking more about how to come to the solution to this problem. Now, I actually want to address the elephant in the room, and that is money problems or wealth related problems. So do you know, when I ask people, do you think money is an internal problem or external? What is the answer that I typically get? The answer that I typically get is that money is an internal problem. And I agree to that. But I add on to it by saying that money is an internal problem which leads into an external problem. See, think of it like this. Money is something that is created first here by the thoughts that you have, and then those thoughts come into a reality, and that reality is your bank balance, it is your wealth, the wealth pool that you have. See, all of that is first created here. So it's all a game of mindset when we talk about money. So let me give you an example. I have three uncles. My uncle Arun, Uncle Varun, and Uncle Tarun. Now, all my three uncles have completely different style of mindset that they have. Uncle Arun has a poor mindset. Uncle Varun has a middle class or rich mindset. However, Uncle Tarun has a completely different mindset, and that is the wealthy mindset. So, Uncle Arun, how does he have a poor mindset? Because he prays for money. But how does Uncle Arun pray for money? He prays for money by saving money as much as possible. So his mindset is that of contraction. कि मैं कितना पैसा बचा लूँ. This is how he thinks in his head. Now, Uncle Varun is not like him. Uncle Varun is smarter. He thinks like the rich. And do you know how a rich person, what kind of mindset they have? Their mindset is that of investing. So they don't just save, they also invest that money, realizing that investment is important. But how are they living that kind of life? They're living that life by running after money. So the mindset which is talking about investment is all about running after money, chasing returns. Now, this is still better than Uncle Arun or just saving, but it is still nowhere near the kind of mindset that Uncle Tarun has. Do you know the kind of mindset Uncle Tarun has? He not just saves, he not just invests, but he attracts money. Can you imagine? He attracts money in his life. How does he do that? So I'm going to answer this question. So before I answer this, I want you to watch this video, and you watch it very, very carefully, because I have a few questions to ask you when you're done.
So my friends, this is a very, very powerful video. A very powerful video. The first time I ever saw this video, I almost had tears in my eyes. That was one time in my life that I really wanted to achieve things and fast, and I just did not want to wait. And I was fed up with my life, and I'm going to do this. And I was totally charged up. And when I saw all of these people who've made it, I really understood what is the basis on which they have created what they have created. I realized why I don't have the foundation yet of what they have, how they've been able to get there. Because most of the people who you'll be seeing now today in this video are people who've created money with their own hands. They were not given money, they did not have wealth, they did not have resources, they had nothing. They almost every one of them started from scratch. And now most of these people are either one of the most influential people in the world, or billionaires for sure, if not in the top 10 list of the richest people in the world. So this video does not have a very good audio, does not have a very good video, does not matter. What matters is what are they trying to say? How are they trying to think? That is why I added this video, despite not being a very good quality video. But the impact it will have on you when you actually understand the underlying thought process, once you understand that, you will start seeing a big change in you as well. So what I want you to do is, if you're not able to get the audio, or they might have a very different accent, some of them have, don't worry about it. We will be discussing about this video in a minute anyways. But just try to grab as much as possible from this video, and try to understand how are they thinking, not what they're saying, now how they look, not what they have achieved. Simply, how are they thinking? Just try to focus on that. Everything else we will be discussing. Here we go.
When you had that third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up. I mean, I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true. And the reason is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up. It's really hard, and you have to do it over a sustained period of time. So if you don't love it, if you're not having fun doing it, and you don't really love it, you're going to give up. If you think you're going to be a lot happier if you've got 2X instead of X, you're probably making a mistake. I mean, you ought to find something you like that works with that, and you'll get in trouble if you think that making 10X or 20X is the answer to everything in life, because then you will do things like borrow money when you shouldn't, or maybe cut corners on things that your employer wants you to cut corners on. Or it just doesn't make any sense. You won't like it when you look back on it.
If you're going to start a company, it takes so much energy that it better overcome your feeling of risk.
You're going to run across a lot of rejection. I say this time in and time out. Be prepared for the rejection, no matter how bad it is. Don't let it overcome you or influence you. Keep on going towards what you want to do, no matter what. No matter whether your bills are paid, not paid, someone says no 1,000 times. Again, go back to be as enthusiastic on door number 100 as you were on door number 1.
You know, I had to convince myself that I'm going to make it, regardless of how people felt at that time. And what it does is it makes you feel like, well, it made me feel like there's going to be points that people are going to mistake my confidence for arrogance, because they don't understand the process I went through and how much I had to believe in myself in order to make these things happen. I feel like you can will yourself into a good space. Things that are meant to happen will. And if you believe in yourself enough, you can help yourself learn.
Most people think, well, I'll be successful if the economy works. I'll be successful if something happens. I'll be successful if I win the lottery ticket. Look, you're not going to be successful if you don't demand it, if you literally don't stake a claim to it and say, this is mine, it's important. You're not going to have it, I promise you. I know. I'm telling you from experience. I spent the first 25 years of my life like a spectator, watching other people get successful and then wondering why I wasn't. Success is your duty. It is your obligation and your responsibility.
Never, ever give up. You can change and you can move around, but never, ever give up. I know people that are very smart. They went to the Wharton School of Finance with me. I know other people that aren't as smart, and those people are the top people in industry today, and they just were tougher. They didn't give up. And the smart ones had everything on their plate. They'd always come in with the A+ on the tests and the good boards and everything else. But when they ran into problems, they didn't know how to solve the problems like the guys that weren't as good. And it's very seldom that you see something other than this happen. So never, ever give up.
I feel so strongly that the reason I'm here is I dreamed big dreams. I dreamed the kind of dreams that other people said would not be possible. I'm also living proof. This isn't a Hollywood movie. I come literally from the other side of the tracks. If you saw where I grew up and we took a picture of it, the neighborhood, the setting, you'd say it's impossible that someone could come from there and get here. But it is possible.
I think being a business owner is the hardest thing to do in this country. You take your money, hopefully not your mother's money, but you take your money and you invest in an idea, which is essentially investing in yourself. But if you do it solely to make money, you're going to lose. And you really have to do it. And I know that a lot of people out there get up every morning and they hustle, and they're driving in the car right now and they're on their way to a job that they may not love.
Yeah.
And I would encourage them just to stick to the grind.
If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe that you can overcome obstacles, if you don't believe you have the work ethic, if you don't believe you have the inner confidence to project to other people, it'll never happen.
Project yourself to age 80 and then think back over your life. And if you're 80, what are you want to minimize the number of regrets you have throughout that period of time.
I'm not going to sit inside of a corporation for 20 years. The time is now. The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great.
So in the video, you saw that Elon Musk says never give up. Steve Jobs says follow your passion. Warren Buffett says focus on your core strength. And Bill Gates says overcome the feeling of risk. And so many other things that you've actually heard in this video. But what is that one thing common that all of these people have? Any guesses? Well, let me give you a hint. Here is a saying that money is the biggest distraction on your journey towards your passion. I'm going to say that one more time. Money is the biggest distraction on your journey towards your passion. Yes, I said it, and I said it for a reason, because the one thing that is common amongst all of these people is that they are passionate. They're passionate with what they do. They are not in the pursuit of money. Understand this. Another aspect about wealth and money is that what are you pursuing? If you are running after money, look at this hedgehog. He's running after money all the time, all the time, all the time. But is he getting anywhere? No, this is the pursuit of money. This is what Uncle Varun is doing. He's running after money. Uncle Arun is not even playing the game, right? But Uncle Tarun is completely different. Uncle Tarun is someone like this. Look at Usain Bolt in the screen. He's running and he's winning. Look at the joy that he has on his face. It is not just Usain Bolt. You see Steve Jobs, you see Elon Musk, you see Richard Branson. All of these people have actually are living or have lived the kind of life where they're simply following their passion. And when you follow your passion, money comes to you automatically. So I want you to right now take 30 seconds and think. Do you think running after money is going to make you more money, or following your passion is going to make more money? Think about it. I think you already know the answer. You don't even need that 30 seconds, isn't it? Following our passion is the easiest way to be able to make more money, because if you follow your passion, money flows to you. If you run after money, money runs even further away from you. Isn't that something we've heard or seen? Running after money actually talks about another context here, and that is all about euphoria mindset. Now, what is euphoria mindset? Euphoria mindset is all about the want of making money quickly, not intelligently, not sustainably, but quickly, right here and right now. Now, this is the kind of mindset that Uncle Arun once had. I believe he still lives in that kind of mindset. Let me tell you a little bit more about it. Here was an instance 10 years ago. Uncle Arun.
Oh, before we go any further in this, how many of you have heard about euphoria mindset before in the past? Have you ever heard about this term, the euphoria mindset? Okay. So have or have not, you'll really love this story of Uncle Arun. And we'll be talking about how we can identify ourselves if we are in euphoria or someone else, and then how to avoid it as well. Okay. So let's learn more about it.
Here and right now. Now, this is the kind of mindset that Uncle Arun once had. I believe he still lives in that kind of mindset. Let me tell you a little bit more about it. Here was an instance 10 years ago. Uncle Arun was going to a party. Now, in the party, he met his old friends, his second cousins, and a lot of people. Now, sitting on a dinner table, everyone was talking about how they made a lot of money in the property markets. Now, Uncle Arun had never invested. Remember, I told you, Uncle Arun is a saver. He's not an investor. So he used to only save money and keep it in his bank. When he saw that other people are making a lot of money by investing in the property markets, he got really excited. However, he still did not invest. Remember, he's a saver. So Uncle Arun got excited with the idea but took completely no action. Now, 2 days later, So now, 2 days later, Uncle Arun got a call from his friend. Now, his very dear friend had also invested in property. After his investment into property, he told him that he made a lot of money recently. Now, Uncle Arun was thinking,
All right, just hang in there.
So now, 2 days later, Uncle Arun got a call from his friend. Now, his very dear friend had also invested in property. After his investment into property, he told him that he made a lot of money recently. Now, Uncle Arun was thinking, oh my God, how do I go about this? I also want to invest. So, like I told you, Uncle Arun is a saver, not an investor. So, he still did not invest. Now, the following morning, his milkman came, and his milkman told Uncle Arun that he will not be coming to work anymore. Uncle Arun was thinking, why don't you want to come to work? The milkman said, I've recently sold my property and I got such a big amount that I'm going to live just on the interest of this. Uncle Arun was holding his head and thinking, oh my God, everyone is making money. I am left out. I want to make money quickly, right now, not intelligently, not sustainably, but now. And Uncle Arun, within 5 days, found the property he wanted to invest in. Within 2 months, completed the transaction. And right after investing, the property prices soared again. Within 3 months, he made some more money. But
guys, make a guess what happened after this. What would have happened to Uncle Arun after this? Make a guess. Well, you're thinking on the right direction. What about the others? All right, here we go.
he had just invested. Now, after all this, the property markets crashed altogether, and even till this date, he has not been able to get his investment back. Can you imagine, for someone who's never invested, finally gets the courage to invest and gets this kind of return, this kind of experience? And that is exactly what I talk about when I say is euphoria mindset. For someone who does not do research, wants to make money quickly and right now, ends up in these kind of problem. This again is not a physical problem. This is not an external problem. This is a mental problem, because Uncle Arun had the similar story, not just in property, but also the stock markets and the gold markets. In fact, it has come to this point that Uncle Arun says to me that if you want anything to fall, just make sure I invest in it. If I invest in a property, the property falls. If I invest in a stock, the stock falls. If I even invest or give my vote to a certain government, the government fails. This is how bad it is. And this is the mindset that Uncle Arun lives with, which is why he stopped investing altogether. He says, I only want to keep my money safely in the bank. Now you will learn how that is the biggest risk of all. But the problem what we're trying to highlight here is the problem of mindset. The euphoria mindset is what people fall to the prey of if they are not able to learn how to first grow their IQ, their financial IQ, and then the returns will follow through naturally. So this is exactly what you need to focus on as well. So the last part when we talk about wealth is the purpose. The real question is, what is your purpose? What do you want from your wealth? I want to know, why are you even doing this course? Honestly, I want to know right now. Why have you taken up this course? What is the purpose of you taking this course in the first place? What do you think would you achieve by the end of this course? See, not just this course, but from money as well, you need to understand what is the objective, what is the purpose. It is just like saying, I sit in a car, I want to get to a destination, but I don't know where it is. Do you think you'll ever be able to get there? Even with the most sophisticated cars today, do you think you'll be able to get to a destination if you don't even know where are you headed? Where do you want to go? See, I want you to understand all the fancy ways of investing are just a vehicle to get somewhere. If you yourself don't know where you want to go, nothing can get you there. So this is exactly what is important. When we talk about the mindset, it should be very clear what do you want in the first place, and that all starts here. So you need to spend more time understanding what is the purpose of doing this course, what is the purpose of your investments, what is the purpose of your entire wealth. See, if that thing is not clear, I am telling you now, you will not be able to create the results that you rightfully deserve. So take a minute and I want you to write down what is the purpose of doing this course, what is the purpose of your money. Come take a minute, complete this, and then move forward.
All right, so before we go into further into this, I'm going to share something very crazy with you. So here is a program that I did. I want to talk about that program with you now. Okay, so just give me one moment now. All right. So let me just move this down.